He sprayed me with fire shit.
Maybe it'll... I don't know.
That's a brand new shirt. Wow.
That's like blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucked
Midnight
it up.
blue.
I was wondering if you guys were going to come fucked up from anything. Said it wasn't going to be a messy episode, though.
I mean, usually there's a warning, but...
Yeah. Oh, hello. And welcome to our little brunch.
Ooh, there's no food though.
There's no food because no one wants to hear us chewing, you know, for 45 minutes.
We ate earlier at Hugo's Tacos. Not sponsored, just saying we ate food there.
You like it more than, what's the taco place RT's always trying to make us eat? Torchies?
Torchies, yeah.
No. It was okay, though. Right.
Torchies is pretty good. It's just like, it's a little too ubiquitous.
Where-
Or trying to make us eat it.
Where are we, dude?
We are in my backyard, here in the orphanage of plants. And it's my pleasure to show you, real quick, I'll just get it out of the way, survivors from that episode of As Seen on TV. I want you to know that your little kiddos are alive and well. They got here one, formerly power blasted into the parking lot.
That one's a big one now.
It's a big one, got some shit on them. We got more, don't worry, look at this. They're all doing so well. We got, look at this beauty. Look at this color on this one.
What?
I mean,
That one's fat.
he is thriving.
Yeah.
Looks like Little Shop of Horrors over here. I don't know, they're scattered throughout, all the little colored plants, even this little one. This one was definitely the most beat up, and he's hanging in there, you know? He was like, he got it bad.
So you got all of them here.
I got all of them here. They're living with the other rescues. Don't you worry, James. I know you were very worried. You were watering them in the parking lot for a while, weren't you? You were trying.
I was gonna leave them like to survive there, but since you decided to bring them with all of these brothers and sisters, I guess this is their better place for them.
Our parking lot is like a bleach-stained sun hellscape, so it seemed bad for them. But now we let all the weeds grow loose. We got like a little mini garden. We got a bunch of crickets under everything out there. You said you saw a hummingbird?
Yeah, the big bush by the door, there was like 2 hummingbirds in it when I came in the other day. I walked in inside my cart and hummingbirds just came out. They're flying and they flew away.
Should have caught it.
Should have caught them?
Yeah, you should have caught
The
it.
hummingbirds are too fast. Hummingbirds are just naturally the
You
fastest
could try.
predator in the wild.
They're a predator.
They're always hunting something, right? Flowers? Flowers is the prey.
On the flower grind, 24/7.
Speaking of predators, what's up, J-Baby?
J-Baby.
No,
I don't like nicknames.
Oh,
Don't call me a nickname. I really hate nicknames.
Why are you so adverse to nicknames?
I don't know. I just never had them. So when people call me nicknames, I don't respond because I don't understand it. Conceptually, even.
what about like pet names in like a relationship?
Like babe.
Yeah, like, hey boo, hey baby.
That's different though. That's not a nickname. That's a pet name.
You want to hit her with, I don't respond well to nicknames.
Yeah. And I just
You would?
Oh,
I just go red when I hear a nickname.
You'd punch your palm and just puff?
I blow in her face like a dog, so she leaves me alone.
what are your
a spray ball?
Do your parents have any kind of nickname for you?
No.
Really?
No.
Okay. All right. Jesus.
My mom calls me George sometimes as my middle name when she's mad, but that's not related to anything.
Georgie. No.
Don't.
Okay.
I went on after PAX East, I went on a sort of like a mini trip, I guess.
Why are you getting into a story?
Sorry? What was...
Well, I thought you were introing Jacob, but I thought you were gonna go into what we missed last week or whatever, or 2 weeks ago, right? Didn't we miss something with him? We missed a current event with him.
What's the
Sure, go for it.
I wasn't here, but I think there was a current event.
Alex stories get shut down so hard.
I'm okay with it.
Half the
It was
time,
natural.
Half the time he'll tell one and no one will even be listening. And then every time even when there's earnest attention on him, something will happen like this where it just gets fucking
I thought he was segueing into that. I thought you were segueing into him to tell his story
You were
about.
so on the right, you were just about to spin a yarn and he just hit you hard with that deflection, dude. That one's tough.
I was
feel
like
for you.
we had some CCTV, it was real dry. I'll write stuff down over the course of 2 weeks in case we have a situation
You
where...
can still tell it. You're just wasting time right now. You can still tell it.
We can backtrack. We can rewind it.
Okay.
But we're gonna talk about
something happened last week. James.
I don't know. I wasn't here.
He wasn't here.
like a month ago.
I don't know. I don't know what
right?
you're talking about. To be honest with you, to be completely.
Well, you guys glossed over, I guess, the fact that Jacob moved into a new place, and so he's gonna discuss that.
Jacob and Asher moved like a month ago.
I remember the last time I moved to a place, literally there was no discussion, but please.
I mean, I think your story probably would have been more interesting. We moved in the new place, and we're in the new place.
Wow.
The fans said, you cheated me out of the last time you were on the podcast, which was only 2 episodes ago. They were like, oh, you guys aren't going to talk about the move? I want to know what happened. Where are you living now? What's an improvement? What's not an improvement?
Did they know our leases were up or something? Is that what happened?
Do they know what?
Our leases were up? Is that why the...
No, I have no idea how they knew that you were moving.
Probably because I moved?
I think you mentioned it.
Yeah.
You're like, Asher and Jacob moved.
Oh.
But
sorry.
We moved. It's a new place. It's a new place. It's all brand new building, which is neat, but...
What's the biggest improvement?
There's no improvements. It's actually just all downgrades.
Is that true? Or are you being ironic?
No memes.
No memes?
Yeah, I mean, we went from a house to an apartment, so there's a lot less space. We're like closer together, so like I can hear Asher a lot more clearly, which doesn't bother me, but it bothers him.
You had 3 people though before.
Yeah, but we had like way more space.
You hearing him
And,
bothers
like,
him?
When I hear him, I don't really get. I'm not like sensitive to noise, but he is a lot more sensitive to noise. So,
So him hearing you?
yeah, I think it probably bothers him more than it bothers me.
Are you? It seems like he would be the louder one of the 2 of you.
It depends.
Like if you're streaming or something.
I know sometimes I just get excited.
Just hoot and holler in your room.
If my headphones are on, I can't really tell how loud I'm being as well. So,
Well, some of Asher's just Snapchats are, I mean, you can watch for yourself. It gets pretty loud.
Does he like act for them?
yeah, he yells at his Siri thing, or he used to, Alexa. He'd be like, Alexa, you are a demon. And it'd be really funny.
It reminds me, someone told me that during our D&D campaign, we really wreaked havoc on people who owned Alexas because we were just constantly screaming at the ones in the campain. So some people were definitely like, you guys made my machine go crazy. Last episode of Class of 1980X aired last week. If you haven't checked it out, catch up on this series. It's the complete story now. Didn't get a lot of love or attention on the subreddits. I look on the RT subreddit, I see a post float by in the jet stream that is...
I saw some people say they thought it was the most insane finale to a D&D campaign.
The second half of my sentence is, but for those of you that did post and leave comments, pay attention to all of them. Glad you liked it, and people seemed like they were happy with the scope of that final 2-hour episode.
I feel like not everyone watches it. I'm actually not sure how many people watch it, just because purely we don't get all the stats from the Rooster Teeth first stuff. But I'm happy that we have. I'm happy that we have shows that exist. That like there's a section of fans on some other totally different site that like really enjoy something we do. And it's not at all like any of the podcast stuff or YouTube or.
I see a lot of fan art for it, and that's really cool. I think a lot of that fan art looks really cool.
There's definitely some
like
super fans that cosplay and do the pictures and all that stuff for that show specifically.
Maybe you need to make more character shows. Start playing more characters.
Maybe you should be in the next one.
No.
You know how to play D&D?
Kind of. I played it like a couple times.
Yeah, you'd be great for it.
Most people
I can't role play. I can't act.
No?
No.
No, you're a good actor. You'd be fine for it.
I just told you.
Yeah, but you're role playing as like your own character that you make up.
Yeah, but I can't make up a character. Like I can only be me.
So then your character's you.
But I'm a dork. I want to
just give yourself strengths and weaknesses, and then just like go off of that.
You're saying that at all times we are seeing 100% the true Jacob, and that there's no social constructs in your life. 100% we are seeing pure you. You cannot not be yourself.
Most of the time, yeah. Sometimes I get a little excited. I get a little kooky, you know. Have a little bit too much sugar, and that's wild, Jacob.
Sometimes I see you impersonate people, and is that like?
I can't impersonate people.
Well, you try to be like, oh, or, you know what I mean? Like that type of like, when you impersonate Trevor, for instance.
How do I impersonate Trevor? I love Trevor.
You know, people try to recite a story, they'll try to talk in the way that person talked to like emphasize on it.
I can't remember.
Cool.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
How about you talk about your story? You went to PAX East. You had a little mini adventure.
Anyways, love the Class of 1980X fan base. A dedicated few, but devoted. And I really appreciate all the stuff you guys do for it. So we'll see. If nobody watched this season, maybe RT won't want to do another season. Maybe if they do, maybe you'll learn how to be extra kooky and drink, because that's pretty much all. The only fuel you've got.
Like alcohol?
Like maybe.
Mom's gonna be mad.
Apple juice. Anyways, okay. Post PAX East, the rest of us go back to LA.
So we did a PAX East thing. I mean, we did a CCTV at PAX East. James, you couldn't be there. It was cold.
I didn't want to be there.
It snowed.
It's not that I couldn't have been there. I didn't want to be there.
Well, see, I told everyone that you couldn't be there.
Yeah, I feel like that runs counter to our narrative.
Straight up lied. You straight up lied to people.
I think what you're saying isn't canon right now.
Straight up lied. I streamed while you guys were there. I mean, I could have totally
Not only
been
did you
there.
stream over there, you streamed while we were doing our panel.
We appreciate
I
that, by the
didn't
way.
even know.
Thanks for the retweet. Jay.
Thanks for the retweet. Thanks for even acknowledging that we were doing a panel.
We
on behalf
almost
of
died
CCTV.
flying to
With
Boston.
videos that you were in,
Yeah.
nonetheless.
Yeah.
Like, sorry guys, James couldn't be here. Meanwhile, James at home streaming.
I was in the
Doesn't
I
give
was
a
in the
fuck
mood,
about-
man. I was in the mode.
What time would that have been? That would have been like, I guess, like 6:30
Our panel
p.m.
was-
here.
Because our panel started.
You could have even watched the panel. Like,
No, not
on
interested.
your live stream.
I could have restreamed. Yeah, I could have.
Yeah.
I must have just been busy. Maybe I was in the
With
middle of a
streaming?
Fortnite match or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
trying to get that W. Might have been what I was doing.
that's cool, dude. Well, if you want to go to like a panel at some point, I guess just like.
Oh
hit us
yeah,
up.
no, absolutely. Just not in Boston. So I mean,
Or anywhere outside of Los Angeles.
no, absolutely. I mean,
You gotta do
we
those.
got RTX Austin is coming up. So I mean, what am I gonna? I can't say no to that. I mean, that's,
Unless you're playing Fortnite.
Contractually.
no, I'll play Fortnite there.
Contractually. Maybe we can't
Contractually.
say no to that one.
That one's a little bit tougher to dodge.
Yeah.
I went to so yeah, I have family in Boston. So after you guys left, I did some stuff with them. And I went to Vegas.
You're traveling with your girlfriend.
Yeah, so that's
not your-
part of the story.
Yeah.
You went
is
from
that I was-
you went to Boston after all those issues. Then you traveled again to
What was the
to
issues?
Vegas. Oh, you didn't. But he didn't have
He
issues.
didn't have any trouble.
Oh, you.
No,
yeah, 'cause
they
you
had
traveled
the
sep-
issues. I had a
yeah,
decent
you
flight.
traveled
he was-
separate.
Just went straight there. Was chilling.
Wow.
But yeah, I was with my girlfriend, exploring. You know, she's from a different country, so I wanted to show her the sights of Boston, and then stuff that sucks about Massachusetts, obviously.
Wow.
So her favorite, well, not her favorite. What she likes to do is she likes to go to like stores like Target, like TJ Maxx, JC Penney, because they don't have those over there.
Okay.
And so she gets really excited about those things. One thing she really wanted to do was go to Walmart.
What about something like a Costco?
Did you take her to Walmart?
So here's where the story comes in.
What about a Costco? You think does she know about Costco?
No, I haven't really
You gotta
dived
Imagine-
into
dude.
Costco.
Yeah, no, but imagine telling her that like something like that exists, a Costco.
She likes
a
the makeup
wholesale-
aisles of these places.
So she wouldn't care about a wholesale place like a Costco or.
I haven't really played around with the idea because I don't want to go to these
gotta
places.
do that.
But it's
as
like a
is.
presentation, though, right? She goes
Hey,
to the-
what the fuck? Don't fucking sit there and do that.
What'd she do?
She's like,
hurry on.
come on, I want to hear the story.
I feel bad for Alex. He's trying to tell a story.
We're asking him about
I'm
his
asking him
girlfriend.
literally about the story. What the fuck?
I think your point, right, is like she goes to Target. There's a nice, fun Sephora makeup aisle, and it's like you go to Costco.
Right.
You're just
Well,
in
she
you're
likes
like at our
Sephora,
warehouse.
But she watches like the YouTubers, the
That's
makeup
so unique,
ones,
dude.
and they have like they'll recommend stuff like if you go to JCPenney, there's a discount for this particular cream, and it's the best. And so she'll be like, "Can we go to JCPenney? I want to see if I can find this cream." And I'm like, "I don't fucking want to go to JCPenney out here in LA, but fine,
Yeah.
we'll go to JCPenney, see if we can get your cream." And so she wanted to go to Walmart. Some beauty guru probably told her about something. I've been like, I just fucking hate Walmart, dude. You know what Walmart's like at any point during the day. You walk in, it's depressing. You go there at night, it's even more depressing. It's only employees. So there's one in Massachusetts where I live. I was bullied there. I really hate this Walmart.
One Walmart.
This one
Oh no,
Walmart.
your hometown horrors.
And we went by it, and I was just like, "There's the Walmart," and I just kind of kept driving, and she's like, "You're really gonna show me the Walmart, but we're not gonna go in the Walmart." And I was like, All right, you're right.
Why'd you even point it out?
Just because I was kind of going on this road where I was like showing like where some of the stuff I used to go to was, and on the same road was the Walmart.
Damn.
Couldn't avoid it.
So I couldn't avoid it. Maybe if I found a different route. Point is, we went to this Walmart. As we show up, and this is like, picture like a really kind of like, not like your typical nice Walmart in the high population. This is like in the middle of the fucking woods. They built this up for like the village people to go bring their like pickup trucks to, and it's just not a good scene. As we show up, a police car, sirens on blaring, pulls into the Walmart, and right away I get out, and like this lady's like putting stuff in her car. I'm like, what's that about? Right? I'm like, and she's like, oh, some guy collapsed in there. And I was like, oh shit, like some dude collapsed in the Walmart. All right, so we went through the front door. I see these people kind of like running around. Some people are like looking and shit, and I'm like, I gotta see what this is. I want to see what the commotion is. So I walk her down.
A collapsed body.
You already know what it is, though. I mean, she told you.
I know what it is, but I don't know if I showed up after the fact or maybe it's going on. So I take a like sharp right. So we're going down the aisle where all the cash sort of like registers are lined up. And as we go down like one of the final aisles, I look to the right and there's a fucking dude just laying down in the middle of the cash aisle, fucking dead. Just straight up, not moving. Everyone, the cashier lady is just freaking out. There's a cop, I imagine. Some EMTs roll up. No, unresponsive. And so I was like, of all the fucking times I go to Walmart with her, it's when there's a fucking dead dude.
Confirmed he was actually dead.
The confirmation came from when we came back around. They were still resuscitating him.
Oh, okay. So it's not like he had a blanket over his face the next time you came around. Maybe he lived.
Did you look it up after the fact and see like if there was like
Did I look up like dead
Walmart
guy at Walmart?
Guy dies in Walmart
On your local news?
The thing is, we were in there for like 30 minutes. I'm not sure how long it takes for you to die and be unresponsive. Like if they're still doing CPR and nothing's happening.
I'm thinking,
like,
did you look it up? Like you could have looked it up.
Yeah, but you said like you came back around and they were still doing it, so like they didn't think he was brain dead.
We came in, he's out. We shopped, the dude's still out.
Half an hour later.
Is that like, that's it?
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I guess the optimism, and you guys can say, yeah, maybe he lived.
I just mean after half an hour if he was dead, they probably would have covered him up. But if they was still like, keep breathing, man.
Did they also just leave him there?
The thing is, well, he was in the middle. He knocked over like a bag of M&Ms and crushed it too. But this was a very big dude.
And crushed it.
So
like a big
the
dude.
ambulance come and take
like
him?
a heart
There was
attack.
2 ambulances that came, and I think eventually they kind of like gurneyed him out, but they weren't like in a rush to do it. So
That's really weird. 'Cause, like,
Lindsay's already
I've
looking
seen
it up.
people
She's looking
collapse
up the
before.
local news.
He's just
no.
checking Twitter. She doesn't give
Never
a fuck
mind.
about
They
anything.
usually
So
rush
much
people to the
for
hospital
caring
pretty
about
quick.
fucking Alex's story.
I think they were trying to just get
I'm
him
not finding anything.
stable.
I think he lived.
You
Oh,
think
she
he
did
lived?
search it. Okay.
Did you search up the specific? Like, what are you searching up? Just the Walmart, Massachusetts dead? Was that all you did?
First time it ever happened.
I mean, they usually rush people to the hospital really fast when they collapse. I mean, I saw like an old guy die at a gym once. That was weird.
Yeah.
But that was like same type of thing. He was just on the thing and he just went like that, like, and made the sound, and then he just hit the ground. And they like came, they checked his pulse, and they're like, well, he's dead.
Well,
And they called the ambulance and they rushed him out pretty quick. But
Anyway, the point is they didn't have her makeup, so
wow.
Oh, weird. We've disrupted the timeline and interrupted ourselves to bring you one of this week's sponsors, MeUndies, baby. Hey, Aleks, what kind of underwear are you wearing right now?
you caught me on the day that I wear my racing stripes.
Those are checkers.
Same thing. MeUndies. These bad boys. Man, I love these things, man.
I just realized something.
You're not wearing any underwear at all.
I too am wearing MeUndies. You've heard us talk about MeUndies, and you know we are a big believer in their product. They're the perfect balance of comfortable fit. Every month they have new exciting prints, and they arrive at your door in a fun bag. MeUndies uses Lenzing micromodal in their underwear. It's a sustainably sourced, naturally soft fiber that starts with beechwood trees and ends with the most amazing fabric you've ever experienced. The results have been downright dreamy. MeUndies' adventurous prints and designs are all limited edition, and new patterns are released every few weeks on a rolling basis. Aleks, they've been sending you all the new designs. They had some for Easter. Saw some little bunnies. Ooh. Got some food ones if you like tacos.
Got some Easter bunny ones, dude. They're nice. They're nice, and they're just comfortable, honestly. I don't wear them as like hey, we're doing this podcast, wear them today, I generally just wear them in general. They replace most of my like main underwear.
Lindsay, what the hell are you doing? MeUndies has a great offer for our listeners. For any first-time purchasers, when you purchase any MeUndies, you get 20% off and free shipping. MeUndies is so sure you'll love their underwear, they offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee. If you don't love your first pair, you'll get a full refund. This is a no-brainer. Get 20% off a pair of the most comfortable undies you will ever put on. To get 20% off your first order and that 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/CCTV. MeUndies.com/CCTV. And now, back to us.
But he could have potentially lived.
Right?
He could have potentially lived.
Sure, he potentially lived.
You hear this annoying ass bird?
Tell it to stop.
These birds go at it day and night. Sometimes 4 in the morning.
I also have like a haunted house behind there.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, dude. Definitely haunted house. Don't give away my location, but I live behind the haunted house.
Because no one's cut down any of those trees or anything. That house is...
The shingles are falling off.
Yeah. Some of these houses, though, are historically protected. We're in Echo Park, so some of these houses have been around, 100 years. And so even when you want to improve on them, you have to run it by city council and be like, oh, I want to put in a new screen door. And they're like, well, you can't because you're drastically altering the historical nature of this house. So
wow.
Maybe they can't, or they're just like too much trouble. But you would think a house collapsing would be more work than
just preserve it to
actually
look like shit.
Right.
Fuck it.
There's a few houses in this neighborhood where it's like really nice maintained, like, and then like decaying crypt. And you're like, what is happening there? Who owns this? Anyways.
Got any more stories?
Caught my neighbor digging through my trash.
For what?
Yesterday.
Yeah, but for what?
He was actually trying to make room for his trash. And putting his trash into my trash.
That's fine, though.
That's not too bad.
Right.
You beat him up?
Does he not have his own trash?
He does. But there's been trash warfare in my complex for the past several months.
Isn't your lease coming up soon?
No, he renewed it.
You renewed it?
Staying in there.
You renewed it.
Staying at a place where once someone pushed a garbage bin over the fucking gas line and he didn't have hot water for
all the stuff that you bitched about that. Even just a normal like day-to-day drive, you renewed it. Not worth.
I thought I heard someone in your house.
Could be.
That light just turned on the side of that house.
The guys are back to fix
I couldn't
the roof
find
somewhere.
a place that I was like what I wanted, which is just garage, washer and dryer, a refrigerator.
You couldn't find a place with a refrigerator.
Pets are allowed?
Well, pets are allowed, but a lot of people... It's just that section of crosses is like more money.
Do you tell them about both animals?
Yeah.
Wait,
I have a small
again?
Garage, washer and dryer, refrigerator,
pets.
and pets.
Okay.
And I prefer like...
Is that hard to find?
And I prefer areas...
Once he says no.
Stop commenting on things I do. Let me be over.
She's like making comments about the conversations.
Yeah,
just judging.
She's just watching the
That's
podcast.
just like my comments I'm typing in.
Do you want a refill? Why don't you get yourself a refill?
Help me out, Alex.
Who drove here, by the
Taking
way?
shit on me some more.
Alex did, and Lindsay.
Oh, whoops.
It's
Fine,
champagne.
it's a long
right?
podcast.
It's champagne, dude.
Drunk
Finish
driving
this one
is
and-
healthy.
Yeah, you need at least like 2 bottles.
Say we're out of champagne. How do we run out of champagne? Only 2 people are even drinking mimosas.
No, I'm saying it's just champagne.
Oh, you're saying it's just champagne. I thought you said, how do you run out of champagne?
You did drive.
I was like, I didn't realize.
So you can't find
for plane.
anything here. Oh, fuck.
That's what you want to
Don't they know we're shooting a podcast?
What the fuck?
It's ridiculous, man.
So you couldn't find anything within those.
I like having
confines.
like a housing situation where I don't have neighbors all around me too, because I stream and stuff and or record YouTube videos, so I don't want to like be loud for other people.
Currently, like,
So if I have like an end unit or something, or where I'm away,
you only share walls on one side of your apartment currently, and it's not where you stream, right? So it doesn't really matter.
Why didn't you just go month to month until you find a place or something crops up then?
Because the thing is, this dude had like this. There's this lady that really wants my place, and she's been on this like waiting list for it for like a year and a half.
Oh shit!
And I talked to my landlord. He likes me enough to keep me at the same rate, but she was gonna pay more for it. So if I was like month to month,
what kind of?
Yeah, she really wanted that unit, and he was like, hey, she really wants it. I just need to know what you're doing. And I was like,
you got squatters' rights in California. You could actually,
I understand.
You could just stop paying rent and not leave.
The thing that sucks is like
I've heard about that you can just like stop for like up to a year or something. You just fucking live in the place, but like they can't do anything about it.
The legislation that's required to get you out of the place will take them a year. I mean, you can do whatever you want.
That's terrible. That stuff's terrible. Imagine being like a second lender on a mortgage where it's like your job to collect on that sort of thing. They can run it out for so long.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
You have to do a crime.
So you made a deal with the landlord that he'll keep the rate the same, so you'll just stick it out.
I kind of complained about my neighbor a bit too, so he's kind of like, all right.
The one with like the base that comes through the wall.
This dude has like parties at like 12 a.m. on a Sunday, dude.
Jesus.
Just blasting.
On a Sunday. My God.
So yeah, 1 a.m. So people got to wake up at Monday, and I'm just like, really wish I could get some sleep right now. But he's got like 4 ladies over there. They're all screaming about something. I've noticed he plays NBA because I can hear him being like, "Oh shit, you just got dunked on by LeBron." So I'll hear that, and I'd be like, "That's some NBA right there."
That happens at 1 a.m. That's the party.
That's usually during the day that he plays like probably his buddies over plays NBA. I don't know. Anyway.
All right.
I kind of cried a little bit about it. So the landlord was like, okay, fine.
So now after you've renewed, you caught your neighbor digging in your garbage.
Wait, what's the old lady gonna do? She fucked?
Which one? The one that wanted my place? Yeah, it was just kind of like...
She's out of a fucking...
She lived there already?
No.
Wow.
No,
she was on a waiting
list.
She
wanted to
live there. Why don't you just tell
there.
her about the place and then she won't want it anymore?
Oh,
just give her a tour.
It just seems like a hot place, dude. It's just like kind of in the back. It's a nice busy area, nice restaurants,
She wants to live where the YouTubers live?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to cut that short. He's in your trash.
Yeah, I've been having like trash warfare. I don't know what to call it.
This is a different neighbor? This is not the one you were complaining about?
All us neighbors have this. We have like a wall full of trash bins. So we share kind of the trash bins as we have been. However, it came up a certain point where I realized that nobody was bringing the trash out, and I'd bring out to the street 4 trash bins and 4 recycling bins by myself. That's loud as fuck. They're heavy. And I'm doing this by myself. And then end of the day, I come home.
Are you producing this trash, or are you just taking it out for them?
This is for all of them. I was being a nice neighbor, being
no one else will do it. They'll just sit there and miss trash.
So I was like, we all share this. I'll bring it out. I did it a couple times, and I was like, no one is helping. No one's bringing them in. No one realizes I'm doing this, and they probably think it's like a service or something. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm gonna I don't give a shit anymore about this. I'll just bring out mine. That's it.
Yeah. Why don't you just take your one?
I did, but they started putting shit into mine, and so it's like I have to bring out their trash if I want, or I have to put my trash also in their bins because mine's like filled up by like Tuesday. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, that's so really weird for them to do. To be like,
they're
why
so
are your neighbors
lazy.
so terrible?
Yeah.
Anyway, my landlord got involved. Was like, all right, we're gonna fucking split up the trash bins. This is getting out of control. Everyone's gonna keep their trash bins.
Why even have the shared ones to like in the first place?
It was nice because it was like, oh, I have a bigger bag. I can just use the next trash bin. It was supposed to be like we all
based on the assumption that
we have a civilization.
Yeah,
we can work
But
together.
it became apparent I was the only one bringing them out. No one gave a shit, And I was like, I'm done. And then there'd be days where I'd leave on like a Thursday and I couldn't bring it out on a Friday because we have a trip. And so when I come home, all the trash bins are there. So I was like, so he's like, okay, you all get your own 1 trash bin, 1 recycling bin. So I took mine too. That I had to order them from the town because I had to get new ones. So I had to call up so I got 2 new ones. I put them on the side of my building so people would know they're mine. And fucking yesterday morning, before work or before couch up, I go to take out my dog. I walk around the corner. My neighbor's just in the fucking trash. I thought it was like a homeless dude or something. So I was like, he didn't see me there for a bit, and that got awkward because I'm like, am I supposed to be like, hey, scare him or something? So I go upstairs to watch him just to see who it was, and I realized he had his own trash bag. And so what he was doing is he was in my recycling bin, and he was kind of like shifting my recycling bin so he could take stuff out of his trash bag and like kind of put it in there like a Tetris puzzle. So he could stuff whatever he had out of his bag of trash.
Is his filled
So
or
he was
something?
making room in my trash bin so he could stuff his trash in there.
That's not even lazy. Like, that's so much work.
Yeah, that's
just put it in your
And
own
he didn't have
trash
enough
can.
room, so he had to go down back to where all the trash bins are, and jerry-rigged the same thing between all. He was like spreading all the trash.
Isn't that more work than just pushing a trash can out to the curb
Absolutely.
and bringing it back? Like, wow. You got
Absolutely.
schemers, dude. That's like...
You have goblins in your...
The worst part is, you guys know, I mean, I pay a good amount for the place. I'm not
Some
going
would
to dive
say
into this
too
today.
much.
Too much. I would say too much, But so are these people. These are all like very petty people that make a lot of money, and they're all living next to me. Doing this bullshit of like, I'm going to fucking move his trash so I can put in my pizza boxes in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just put a note on the top of your bin.
Don't touch my trash.
Yeah.
You should jerry-rig it with a shotgun shell.
So he opens it up, it pops it.
So they're gonna do to people that steal packages off of porches. Some guy like, I think he did rig it so that like a shotgun shell will go off or something. But I think he like filled it with like rock salt or something.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a crime.
You could still put a note in there. Like, as soon as they lift up the thing, it'll say, like, fuck out of my trash or something like that. Just lay it on top of your stuff so it's sitting there.
I feel like if I had it in the inside cover, so when they pull it up, they could see the.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you could do that.
Tape it in there.
Tape an iPad to it, and it's just you screaming.
Like a screaming.
And then they
gif
tape the iPad, and then that's it. They have a new iPad.
Tape a mirror so that when they lift it up, they see themselves in that moment. Just trying to add their trash.
I don't feel like
to
that would
someone.
stop them, dude. I feel like they're,
You think they're gonna go,
Yeah.
I'd feel
then
like
the mirror
they'd
has
be
the
like, I know
shotgun
who
shell
I am,
behind it.
I know who I am.
They must realize what they're doing. They must realize what it looks like and everything.
So you didn't talk to him about it? You just saw him and then you just went back in the house?
I didn't know he was my neighbor. I think he was the one in the front unit because it wasn't my next door neighbor.
So he's not even like close to you. He's making extra effort to go around.
Yeah, so he
to
goes
be-
back to the back thing.
Maybe this is just his hobby, because this is a lot of work. Like,
Maybe it is his hobby. you
Maybe
know?
he produces a lot of trash, and so, like, he had an extra bag that he needed to divvy up between everything else.
It
can just wait
it
for
does
the
seem
next
like a
bag.
lot of
Couldn't
effort,
wait. He
you know?
couldn't leave it inside. He didn't want it to wait a whole week. It's just too much garbage.
Yeah.
Well, if it's recycling, though, I mean, it's just boxes and shit, right? He was digging in the recycling, right?
He was digging in the well, he had a trash bag, and he probably, I think he opened up his, he brought it out and realized it couldn't fit all this in, so he opened up his trash bag to start divvying up the trash between the barrels to get all his trash into, get it, all his trash out.
Wow. Is your new place expensive?
it's cheaper for me. Asher pays more because he got the master, which is nice for me. Put a little in savings.
Dude, what the fuck? When you got the master, you didn't have to fucking pay more, did you? Our old place in Colorado?
I mean, the whole house was pretty massive. So, I mean...
Oh, because I got 2 rooms. That's how
yeah,
we split it
technically
up,
you got
right?
the other room that was on the other end of the hall, too.
Yeah.
I had the basement,
That's true.
kind of. Yeah.
Had that one room in the basement. That we
Yeah,
never
and then the
used.
rest was just kind of like a big room. There's a lot of unused space in that whole fucking place. On top of that, we still had enough room for Dex when he visited too, so... Because there was that whole room downstairs that was like a guest bedroom that Dex used.
That place was creepy.
The place was creepy?
Yeah. It's a lot of space, you know?
Yeah.
More space than you get out here.
Yeah.
So,
Are you complaining on which side are you complaining about? That it was
just-
creepy or that
no,
you want more space?
No, it's just, listen.
What's the name of that Guillermo del Toro movie about the big house full of ghosts?
Monster House.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
It's on the tip of my tongue. It's like
Crimson Peak.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh. I was going to say
Transfer
12
through.
ghosts.
I knew something red.
Or 13
Yeah.
ghosts. Right?
13
Oh,
ghosts.
dude, that's
another
old.
big house.
Casper.
Casper, the friendly ghost.
I went to Vegas.
Oh, right.
Oh god, we're going back to this. Okay, we're going back to the PAX then.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys want to, you can pitch on that shit.
I got shit
I'm
to say,
only
dude. I'm
here,
just drinking my wine.
to help facilitate this wine conversation.
We appreciate you, dude.
I feel like I'm with my friends. We're just having
Look at how tall the sprout is on that succulent. That's got to be like an award-winning sprout that I've created. Look, have you ever seen a succulent bloom so tall?
I thought you were talking about the tree, and I was very confused.
No, this is the succulent.
Have you ever seen that tree as tall as this? No, I mean right here on ground level here. I got some tall tentacle boys over here.
What if someone cuts it?
You know what fucking happened? I came out here today, and one of these succulents had some branches. I think a cat chewed one of the things off. Or like I saw a raccoon in here once. Got me upset. Got me real riled up.
Oh, man.
So I hope no one destroys my award-winning plant. That would be a real bummer for me. Hey. We're interrupting ourselves again for another sponsor. Can you believe it? 2 sponsors in 1 episode?
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It feels pretty good. And guess who the sponsor is? forhims.com.
What's forhims.com, Brett?
Forhims.com is a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, sexual wellness for men. Thanks to science, baldness can be optional. Now you're telling me. 4Hims connects you with real doctors and medical-grade solutions to treat hair loss. Well-known generic equivalents to name-brand prescriptions to help you keep your hair. No snake oil pills or gas station counter supplements. Prescription solutions backed by science. It's so easy. So listen, if you're anything in your life that maybe 4Hims can help you out with, obviously you should always see your general practitioner if you have questions. But for stuff like hair loss or erectile dysfunction, sometimes stuff like erectile dysfunction can be an underlying symptom of deeper healthcare concerns. So having a healthy relationship with your doctor and asking those questions and doing due diligence is job 1. Let's say you already have a prescription to something like Viagra, something like Propecia. Well, the patent's just expired on those expensive name brand products, so maybe you can get the generic version of this same thing at a much cheaper price.
My penis started working now.
Yeah. If you're interested in checking out 4hims.com, our listeners get a trial month of 4Hims for just $5 today, right now while supplies last. See the website for full details. This would cost hundreds if you went to the doctor or a pharmacy. 4hims.com/CCTV. That's 4hims.com/CCTV. Thanks for sponsoring this show. Let's get back to the conversation.
Anyways,
Vegas.
I
gambled your money away.
well, partially. I got a free dish at the Gordon Ramsay restaurant.
Did he
You got
make
a
it?
new one, right? It's a new one?
It's the one in is it the Paris Hotel or the Paris?
Yeah.
You're the
The
one-
new one that just opened? Wow. I've never been to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant.
I found something in my food.
What was it?
Oh, that's not how I expected the story to go. What'd you find?
It was what's his what? What are you? Are you
Sorry.
whispering? You sound like a ghost, like in my ear. What were you doing?
I'm just getting really. You got me into this story. Something's in Gordon Ramsay's food.
There's something in my food. It was his. Do you know his like famous dish there?
Risotto?
Why'd you say risotto?
Because he's got a fixation on
He always
risotto,
makes
dude.
like the contestants on Hell's
Make
Kitchen
risotto?
do
That's his
risotto.
make or break.
He
Yeah,
has that-
if
he
you
has
can't
that
do
meat
risotto,
one.
you're fucking out of there.
Yeah.
He has that meat one, like his signature dish. It's like the meat, like dumplings, or you know what I'm talking about?
Hamburger?
It's
Steak.
Cheeseburger.
Let's see.
no, it's not a cheeseburger. Gordon Ramsay doesn't have a famous cheeseburger.
What is Gordon
as far as I'm
Ramsay's
aware.
signature
Making a
dish?
I don't know. A meat pie.
It's only
Souffle
specific.
meatloaf.
It's only specific to this because it's.
You don't know what you ordered?
I got. It's like one of the. It's
What
like
does
a,
it look like? Describe
Is it
that.
the beef
describing it.
Wellington?
Yes, beef Wellington.
That's the other thing that he makes them.
You didn't describe it. You said it's a beef thing.
He said
meat
it's a
thing.
meat
It's
thing.
like a meat dumpling thing, and because he wraps it around with like this like dough. You know,
Yeah,
it's
I know
like
what
so the
baked
beef
dough.
Wellington. There you go.
Right.
Okay, I see what you were going
And what
for
was in
there.
it?
All right.
Thank
A
God for
dumpling.
Google.
A dumpling and a beef Wellington in my
They-
mind.
when
were
they-
used-
condom.
and I'm-
Was that in it?
No, it wasn't used cut. When they wrap them, they
the
use
string
right.
that was in your food.
So they use a thyme, right? Like they use like the plant itself. They use like a plant to cook it. So when they cook it, they're not using like a string.
Yeah.
They're using like something edible. But
That's cool.
when I was eating the food, I got this thing in my mouth, and it felt kind of like a toothpick. And so when I took it out, I was like, oh, this is kind of hard. But I obviously never had beef Wellington before. Never had this fucking dish. So I was like, is this part of it? So I started like kind of like chewing on it a bit, and I started like, I thought it was like My head thought it was a toothpick, and so I started picking my tooth with it because I was like, oh shit, it's a free toothpick.
In the food?
Yeah, but listen, hold on. After I did that, I realized I'm like, this is a toothpick. I really shouldn't be picking my tooth with the toothpick I found in the beef Wellington. And the waiter that was, because I was like at a bar, he was watching me the whole time. The whole time he was just like, he was doing his thing and he kept looking up and watching me play with this fucking thing. He's like, excuse me, sir, did you find that in your food? And I was like, oh yes,
Oh, you were chewing on it.
Why he's picking his teeth, but in between
because
his
I had something in my tooth, and I feel like 2 for 1. I eat the beef Wellington, I get stuff in my teeth. I found a toothpick, it's free. I'm picking it out, and I'm like, oh, this isn't supposed to be here. And he confirmed it by being like, I've never seen that before. Like,
that's amazing.
Let me get a manager here because I've never seen.
Sir.
You're a fucking ape, dude.
And the manager comes over. She's a nice lady, and she's like, "I'm so sorry to hear that you found something." I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I can't believe."
What was it?
It was. I said it was a dime. It was like the thing they used to wrap it.
It's like a long. Yeah, it's like a long plant stalk, basically.
Right.
Okay.
And like normally you cut off the top and use the spice, but it's I assume that's what it was, like the long stem for it.
Yes, but it was something that wasn't supposed to be there because they were supposed to get it out, and it must have fell in, and they forgot about it.
How'd you not have the common sense to be like, this wasn't supposed to be, like, who's like eating something, feel something hard, they're like, oh.
You know, I
like that you immediately repurposed it.
I did. Like, I had to.
This shouldn't be there. Yeah. Well, it's free.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a toothpick.
If you thought
let me use it,
you were just using like a gross toothpick that just fell in the food. Otherwise,
let nothing go to waste. Like,
it was already in my mouth. You know.
It's true. It's not like a what?
So the nice manager lady comes over. She's like, "I'm so sorry. I heard you found something in your food." She's like, "We're gonna take this dish off of the thing." It was an expensive fucking dish, dude. The thing was like $70 or something like that.
That's
it was
his,
even
$65, $70
best
bucks.
dish is what it says. Like,
hell yeah. It was, that shit tasted good.
And it really wasn't even something that
No.
wasn't supposed to be in there.
No.
It's because you hammed it up.
They knew it
like,
because I put on a napkin, they brought it back, and he came back. He's like, I found out what it was, in case you were worried. It was just thyme. And he explained it to me, and I was like, oh, shit. That's crazy.
Were you
Wow.
worried, though? Apparently you weren't.
Absolutely
not.
not.
Absolutely.
It's already been in your mouth for
Not
an
at all.
extended period of time.
The thing is, like, I don't eat, like, World Star dishes, dude. Like, I don't eat, like,
World Star.
Like, not like the fucking, I'm gonna punch somebody and clip it, but
like Jollibee. Is that a World Star meal?
I can't fathom this situation. So you basically gypped them because you were fine with it.
they put stuff that's not supposed to be edible in my food. So no, I didn't gyp anybody. I was a paying customer.
Seems like you kind of scammed them because it didn't bother you, but whatever.
Yeah, no, excellent scam. So what, they just took it off the tab?
Yeah, I took it off the tab.
That's amazing, dude. How much is it was?
He said 35 something.
It was like
no, I definitely
$70.
said 70.
Oh, 70?
It was like close to $80.
$80.
And was it delicious?
It was great. I enjoyed it even more when I found out that I could enjoy it more because it was free.
Yeah, that's incredible.
You should
Great
ask
dish.
for another.
Maybe next
time you find time in your dish.
no,
you're
next
like,
YouTube
"This is
paycheck or something,
disgusting."
I might ask for another. But
Wow. That's amazing.
Oh, you tell me, what was it like when the president's thing was in your face? Was it more like this, or was it more like that?
It was like the Vegas story, basically. that eclipsed anything else you did, basically.
I know I like snuck around Caesar's Palace, went to like their employee only like areas. By not so much accident, more so like, when the pool's closed and they close the doors down, I went through the doors and I figured I was getting kicked out because I was trying to leave. And there was an employee that was there, but he didn't say anything because he must have thought I worked there. So I was like, I'll find an exit eventually, and ended up going in there like underground parking facility. Saw some weird maintenance shit that I don't think like customers are supposed to see, but
How was PAX itself?
I feel like we kind of talked a little bit about that during the PAX East library.
We hadn't
podcast.
gone to it yet, though.
No?
That was the morning.
Oh, you just talked about the flights and stuff.
Yeah. PAX was fine, I guess. I mean, whatever.
I don't think I remember anything really happening at PAX.
I mean, it was uneventful. We did our signing. I mean, the signing was fun, but like PAX itself, like
Same shit.
take it or leave it. Yeah, same shit. Whatever. Just
There wasn't anything really
we could be
there that
anywhere doing the signing. Honestly, could have gone to
looked
Dunkin'
fun.
Donuts.
Yeah.
Went to a bad party that night. I mean, whatever, right?
All right.
Yeah. We should go somewhere else on the East Coast. I said it last time, but I stand by that.
Where would you want to go?
New York Comic Con would be fun. Dragon Con in Atlanta.
What's
Could be
Dragon
something.
Con?
It's kind of like a.
Kind of gross.
What?
Well, they're all kind of gross.
What
It's
is
like
it?
Comic Con, Wonder Con, Dragon Con. They're all these kind of like pop fan culture vibes. Dragon Con, I think, probably has more emphasis on
Furries.
well, furries, but like cosplay in general. Like a lot of people in costumes and stuff too. But you know, whatever. You go to a convention center, you set up, do a signing, whatever. At least you're seeing something new. Like you go to PAX East, and there's like nothing to at all stimulate you. At this point, for me, like I go and I'm like, yes, here's the Jinx booth. Okay, here's the Blizzard booth. Yes, okay, here's hi Behemoth. It's just like whatever, right?
I've never been to any of those things.
It was Asher's first time. I don't know that his brain
Did he enjoy it?
was blown. I don't know. He didn't really say much about it.
I feel like he really like wants to go to those kind of things. He's a big fan of fans. I feel like he like loves the interaction and all that.
He's an attention whore. Yeah,
He's a
that's what you. I think
Big
the word
fan
for
of
it.
fans.
Well, he has streams and he just like talks to them like a group of like 100 people and he has a good time with that.
Yeah, I mean, I have fun with those interactions too. He was the one that was pushing to go to PAX in particular. That's why we brought him specifically because he had been like, "Oh, I've never been. Do you
want to? Do you want to go to one of these things?
I don't know if I'd like it. Like I don't like large groups of people. I'm not really into like nerd culture stuff. So
I want us to go to Anime Expo. I want to bring you with us. That'd be fun. We'll do it like CES style. We'll just walk around, kind of see what we can see. And it's
hi,
local.
Naruto?
Yeah.
Naruto?
But you got to dress up.
Like a anime character?
Yeah, I have a costume.
choose?
Well, if you want to choose, you can. Otherwise, I have a costume for you.
As long as it's not a girl.
It's not a girl. It's not a girl. It's a pretty good costume.
When's Anime Expo?
June, I think.
That's
Is that
really
right?
soon.
No. I think it was like, we're probably not going to E3, so maybe we would go to VidCon and have that experience, because we never had it, and last year was a shit show and we missed it. And then I think the next month, I think, is Anime Expo. I think actually it's in July. And then RTX used to be in July, and that moved to August, and we're going to do that in August. And then RTX London, I don't know when the fuck that is.
It's 40-something days, I think, after Austin. So I guess maybe within the next 2 months after, I think.
Would you go to London?
Me?
Yeah.
I
Would
have
you be
my
able to
passport.
go with your dog situation?
If I find like a sitter or... Yeah, maybe.
Would you want to go to London?
That'd be cool. Because it's like, even if you don't like the event, you're in London. So you're like seeing something new, I guess.
The RTX events are a little more, in my opinion, a little more fun just because they're more... I mean, it's just about like you and your and like the fans. It's not like go to PAX, get inundated by a bunch of separate agendas. It's like you go, you're spending time with the fans, and you know you accomplish your goal. It's not like let's go and then we gotta justify some other reason for being there and like oh let's find a new game to play. It's just like you go, cool, let's do this. Let's do a panel for our fans. Right.
I'd have to, Ian, iDubbbz was at PAX East.
Oh yeah, you just record something with him, you said?
Yeah, I did. He
cool.
wanted to meet up. I don't really want to say what we recorded because I don't know like how much he wanted to disclose anything about that or whatever. But he obviously is like a person that would get spotted very easily. So when he was messaging me, that's just purely for that story. He's like, I look like I don't know if he said like a shooter or like a bomber. That was his description. And he's like, I'm by the Behemoth booth. And so when I walked down there, I was looking for him and I couldn't find anybody. And I was like, oh, I don't see anybody here. And eventually I turned around and by the stairs, there's this dude dressed up in like a sweater. He's got the hoodie over his head and he's got these like dark shades and he's just standing there. I'm like, oh, that's him. And I was like, I'm like, I like the outfit of choice. He's like, yeah, because if he gets spotted, it's just the people do the, oh, it's him, and then the people look and they're like, who's over there? Oh, I know that, and then you just,
Yeah.
So I think next time we go, we need to like really get the whole. I tried doing the Tide Pod hat that someone gave me, but that didn't really work too well.
Just to avoid getting spotted.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just go in like a full prosthetic.
Or Bryan Cranston it, right? Breaking
Where
Bad
he wore
Comic
like his
Con.
own
Yeah.
head.
He cosplays himself.
So you're gonna
I
get a
cosplay
custom
as
head
myself.
that's just your head's bigger.
Right.
And then you wear that.
Yeah.
People are like, "You're Aleks from Cap Chop," or "Immortal HD. What's up?" Like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I could wear you.
I mean, sure. You could do blackface. I'll do whiteface.
Cool. So
yeah, maybe we'll do those conventions. Maybe we won't. Don't get your hopes up. What's next?
Nothing else story-wise? No other stories?
other
Do you
stories?
have any stories?
I was
really.
honestly surprised that I got through half of the ones that
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, me too. It was a hard fought on your part.
I was like, I have a list, you know.
Well, they were pretty good.
That was half?
Well, I mean, they're probably the good ones, honestly.
Oh, okay.
There's the ones that probably were like mediocre, you know, to like a reaction, you know. So I didn't want to bore you guys here in this beautiful, whatever day it is. I don't have a calendar anymore.
Yeah.
It's the 24th of April.
I think you covered a lot of ground. You had a captive audience for much of this podcast. You should be proud.
I don't really have too much. Nothing really eventful happened.
Did you move?
I moved,
you
yeah.
already talked about that,
I think
though,
we
right?
talked about it a little bit. It's not really anything too special. It is kind of funny. There's one thing that happened where I had somebody come to the house, and it was really weird because he was outside taking pictures of everything, and I just so happened to be outside with the dog, and he came up and started asking questions like at the fence, and was just asking general questions about the house. And he then was like, I work for Fox and they want to shoot something over there, and so he's looking for property to match what they want for this house. And he was like, I think your house, you know, would be perfect for this show. And he wanted to come inside and take pictures and all this shit. So I was like, yeah, sure, I don't give a fuck, whatever. But then like he came in, took some pictures, and then he followed up later and said that I was like a finalist with 4 places to get chosen for this movie. It was actually a movie.
Wow.
Do you know which movie?
I do know which movie, but I'm not going to say just in case it actually happens. Because if it happens and they end up filming in my house and you see that movie, then people will know that that's my house. So that's why I'm not going to say anything. If it doesn't happen, then whatever.
Is it like a comic book movie?
It's a big movie. It's a big Fox movie with like, you know, A-list celebrities, I would say. A couple of them.
But my question to you is, in the event that they're gonna pay you for,
he did say, he said there would be like a payment or
do
whatever
you
to use
do
the
you
time.
or the landlord get the payment for
He
that?
said both would. He said I would get a payment.
Because you're living there now, and it's like troubling you.
But he also said they would need to get permission from the landlord as well, and the landlord would need to be okay with them filming inside of the house and all that. But it's weird because I'm in a place where I've seen them film before, like a few weeks back, even before this instance of this person asking me directly about this Fox movie. There was a TV show that was being filmed across the ways from me, and they had to, I guess, deal out these letters saying that we're going to be filming here around this property, and that there's even going to be like a catering van down the street that anybody can, you know, blah blah blah, like they're going to be taking up this whole thing. So some nights I would go out to take the dog out, and I'd see them still like across the street with their ginormous lights, and they're filming at other properties across the street, like in my little development. They were filming like a whole show.
They do a lot of that around here. On Mad Men, they shot Don Draper's house. I think is like his childhood home is like a couple streets over. Or something
I never
like that.
experienced that. I thought the guy even told me, he was like, I know people think that this is like a scam and stuff, and I was like, yeah, that's literally what I'm thinking right now. Like, you're telling me that you're gonna film an actual movie here in this house. Like, I don't know. It seems kind of sketchy to me, but you're also saying you're going to pay me to use the space. So I mean, what the fuck does it matter to me?
When I shot the music video, I don't know if I ever told that. Like I picked out a house that Snoop Dogg was in the music video, but he wasn't at this house. But the music video revolved around this house. Okay. So they shot like a music video there.
TLC.
TLC, which is like a the girl, whatever.
Yeah.
So it was funny shooting there, and then like watching the music video and like seeing what they did with the same seeing the same space.
That's what I thought would be weird to me. It would be like, I'm gonna literally go see this movie just to see, like, that's my house. I'll just be sitting there. I'll just be sitting in the theater like, that's my house. That's my house.
I feel like you'd have to like, would they like give you like a hotel room or something to like stay for a week or like?
Yeah.
What?
I think that's what they do. They like pay for you to stay somewhere, and they also cut you a check for moving you out.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I have no idea, but he hasn't pinged me back since.
I wonder, you'd have to like move all your shit out to somewhere, get it out of the way, find a place where you can like have your dog and stuff, and then like find a place where you can do your setup so you can stream.
I know it'd be probably more of a pain in the ass than anything, but just like the premise of it is still kind of funny that somebody even like, I guess they're looking for that type of house for the movie specifically. So even then, I'd still probably want to see the movie. Maybe if it came out on digital or something, I'd probably rent it to be like, oh, okay, I want to see like what they were going for.
Yeah, that sounds
even if they
cool.
don't pick my house, it's like, oh, okay.
What if the landlord's like, no, I don't want that?
I thought my landlord's pretty cool now. She doesn't really care about anything. So I told him, I was like, she'll probably be cool with it. As long if you're paying her, like, she probably wouldn't care. Like, she's pretty on top of everything. So I don't think she would be one to say no. I think she would be one to be like, well, if you're okay with it, then, you know, what do we care? Like, we get paid, like, whatever. I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Fox movie.
Sweet.
Your house is gonna be an X-Men. Calling it.
All right, well, thanks for dropping by. Guess we'll be somewhere new in a couple weeks. I don't know where there is left to go. I've been to your house, been to your house, been to my house, been to your old house, been to Lindsay's house.
Wait, have we been to your old house?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you weren't there.
Oh.
Sort of an awkward podcast. Not a lot of people have seen it. But it's fine. Anyways, oh my god. Flies keep bugging me and Jacob. So we're going to wrap it up. See you next time. And thanks for watching.
Bro, are you drunk?
You know what happens when you're dead and rotting. Your skin turns putrid and your clothes start spotting. Your belly bloats up, your guts turn to chum, your eyeballs turn purple like overripe plums. Flies crawl in, maggots pour out. The big ones eat hearty and grow very stout. They bore holes in your nose, they eat your fingers, your privates, your toes.
Is that it?
No.
Where's the rest?
I paused for a moment because there's a pause in it.
Oh, pause.
Skin turns black with putrefaction gleam. Blood pours out like whipping cream. Yes, it's no fun being rotting and dead. It's no fun at all. Enough has been said.